Have you been told that you need to cut out all of your favorite foods to manage your IBS? What if I told you that food may not be the root cause of your symptoms? Today, I'm going to explain why, and more importantly, how can you manage IBS without eliminating everything you love? Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Dr. Arianne Mesmer. I'm a functional medicine practitioner, doctor of physical therapy, registered dietitian, and owner of the Movement Paradigm Integrative Health Center. So what's really causing your IBS symptoms? Most people with IBS have something called visceral hypersensitivity, which simply means that the nerves surrounding the gut are more sensitive than they should be. So here's how this plays out. When you eat certain foods, like those, for example, high in FODMAP, so fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols, they ferment in your gut and they produce a gas. That gas creates some pressure, which stimulates these overstimulated or sensitive nerves. But here's the catch. These nerves don't just register the pressure, they overreact and send false alarm signals to your brain, making you feel like something is wrong, resulting in pain, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, abdominal pain. And it doesn't stop just there. So stress and anxiety are going to activate these same gut nerves, making the symptoms worse and often perpetuating the cycle, even if you haven't eaten anything that is triggering. So this is really important because, as we know, this can be a very vicious cycle. So research shows us that 20 to 90% of patients with IBS have visceral hypersensitivity. So the gut and the brain are going to communicate through the gut-brain axis. So this means that stress can directly worsen IBS symptoms, which is not new information. And a 2016 study in gastroenterology found that people with IBS react more strongly to gut distension than those without IBS, confirming this role of hypersensitivity. So the problem with just cutting out foods. Now you might be thinking, if FODMAPs cause gas, isn't it better to just avoid them? Well, not exactly, or only for a certain amount of time. Yes, cutting out high FODMAP foods can sometimes reduce symptoms and can be very valuable as a treatment for IBS in the short term. But long-term restriction can actually make your gut more sensitive. Avoiding certain foods can reduce the diversity of your gut microbiome, and that plays a key role in digestive health. So many people have a hard time getting off the FODMAP because they're so fearful, but this causes more issues. So more importantly, it doesn't fix the root problem, which is an overactive nervous system in the gut. Another study showed that while a low FODMAP diet can help symptoms, it also reduces gut microbiome diversity, which may not be beneficial in the long term. There was another study that found that IBS patients who fear food triggers have worse symptom severity than those who do not restrict as much, which I see every day in my clinic. So what is this new approach? What is something that we need to consider is a gut-directed hypnotherapy. So if food isn't the problem, what is the solution? One of the most promising treatments for IBS isn't a diet, and in fact, it's gut-directed hypnotherapy. So this can be a really powerful approach that works by training your brain to stop overreacting to gut sensations. Essentially, it's calming down the nervous system. It's reducing those false alarm signals that are going to the brain. So a landmark study published in the Lancet Gastroenterology and Hepatology found that gut-directed hypnotherapy is just as effective as the low FODMAP diet for IBS symptoms, but without dietary restrictions. Gut-directed hypnosis modulates the gut-brain axis, with several studies demonstrating positive changes in gut-brain function before and immediately after hypnosis, including modulation of postprandial gastrocolic reflex activity. So that's in the large bowel, altered colonic motility, reduced visceral hypersensitivity, and normalization of gut-brain processing signals on functional brain imaging. So it may alter the patient's focus of attention and his or her beliefs about the meaning of the sensations from the GI tract, because other somatic symptoms and psychological distress are reduced after treatment. So how to get started? If you're tired of cutting out food after food and still struggling with IBS, it's time for a different approach. Gut-directed hypnotherapy can be done in person or with a trained practitioner, or even through guided online programs. If you want to learn more, I'll drop a resource below for you and a video to get you started. And hopefully you can explore this on your own to really help you on your IBS journey. If this video was helpful or it shifted your perspective on IBS, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you share share it with friends, subscribe for more information on whole body wellness and root cause medicine. Thank you always for joining. And if you are interested in scheduling discovery session with us, please reach out to us on www.themovementparadigm.com. You can also reach out to us on our app. So check us out at the Movement Paradigm app on Apple and Google. All right. Thank you so much.